Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Ray-Ban RB4461D sunglasses. But first off, I gotta thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, our website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 64mm lenses and then a 17mm bridge, and it's the standard and only lens size that these frames are produced in, and they also only come with a low bridge or an Asian fit to them. So here we can see the nose pads are a lot larger and much more accommodating. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these are their polished black frames with their blue non-polarized lenses. Now, as far as the actual frame material goes, these are made out of an injected nylon material, and then the lenses are a polycarbonate lens. And this pair is definitely a kind of a budget pair for Ray-Ban, coming in at only $160. And you can definitely feel that the build quality here is not that good as well. So you can actually feel those nylon injection marks here on the temples. You can actually even see and feel a line there as well that should have been polished down a little bit better, but definitely wasn't, and it definitely kind of feels sharp, and you're not going to cut yourself on it, so it's not a danger, but it just does not feel good. It feels kind of like a cheap pair of sunglasses because of that injection line and the lack of polishing there. If we take a look at the inner right temple of the frames, we can see they say Ray-Ban T, and the T means that these frames are made in China, and if your box has the original logo on it, it's also going to say made in China on that. And then here in the inner left temple of frames, we can see that core code and model information there. Now, of course, like every pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, we can see a painted on Ray-Ban logo here in the top right corner of the lens, and also a little etched RB logo here in the middle left of the lens. Now, here on the fronts, we can see those two metal accents, which kind of remind you of an original Ray-Ban Wayfarer. And then also here in the outside temples, we can see raised Ray-Ban logos in both the left and the right-hand temple of the frame. The quality of these lenses is just okay. They're also only a category 2 lens, so they're not a category 3 lens, so not good for full sun days. They're gonna be good for kind of like overcast days. But also these are a blue lens, of course, and yes, they do definitely look really cool, but blue just kind of takes out all the saturation in the world. It makes everything kind of muted. It basically lowers contrast. I really don't like the outlook of a blue lens. It just makes everything look blue, and the sky's already blue, so we don't need more blue. Now, as far as the hinges goes, these have 3-barrel all-metal hinges, and these actually feel pretty decent when opening and closing them, but definitely nothing too crazy, just kind of like a basic Luxottica hinge, and it gets the job done. Now, because these frames are made out of nylon, there's not going to be a metal rod that runs through them, so you're not going to have that extra adjustability and stability of the metal rod. You can still heat up these frames because they are nylon and give them adjustments, but they're not going to hold the adjustment quite as good as an acetate frame would. Now, as far as the weight goes of these frames, these are a pretty lightweight frame, coming in at 29 grams with the lenses, of course, as well. So together, 29 grams. So you can wear these frames basically all day long without any discomfort, which is really nice. Now, as far as the styling goes, these are definitely a really interesting pair of sunglasses, and I did say earlier in the video that they have 64mm lenses, but that's because the lenses actually are way larger than the actual inside of the frame. So I actually went ahead and measured the ID here, and the ID actually comes in at 55mm. So here on the back side, it's a 55mm lens size, and these are going to wear much more similar to a 55mm lens size. However, Ray-Ban measures the lens size by the total width of the lens, and here we can see they have almost a shield style lens here, where the lens goes completely across the entirety of the front of the sunglasses, like one flat piece. And that definitely adds a really, really cool look to the frame. But of course, it's gonna throw that lens measurement off. So these don't wear anything like a 64mm lens. They wear much similar to something like a 55 or 56mm lens size. Now, personally, I do think this definitely looks pretty interesting. Definitely not my particular cup of tea. I would actually kind of like if Ray-Ban made a high mirror version of these. That would be kind of cool, but I think they kind of did that with the Blaze collection back in the day as well. These are more traditional, but I kind of did like the Blaze collection. Now, as far as coverage from the sun goes, they're not going to offer the best coverage from sun. So here up top, we can see a pretty big gap to let sunlight in unprotected, actually kind of a massive gap. And then here on the side, again, a massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And again, these lenses are not the most high quality lens, so they don't have an anti-reflective material or any sort of good oleophobic material as well. So just basically on like a very basic pair of sunglasses from Ray-Ban. Now, are they worth the price tag of $106? I would definitely say they are not, but they're definitely not a bad pair of frames. They're built with Ray-Ban's absolute cheapest materials, and there's nothing too crazy here other than the really interesting look of the lens. And again, I definitely don't hate this pair of sunglasses, but it's just nothing too crazy. There's nothing really redeemable about this other than the look. If you like the look, you know, maybe it's worth picking up one, but other than that, there's a lot better options out there from Ray-Ban, of course, 1,000 other companies as well. But that's all good for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.